this video, we'll analyze a taste for music using two theoretical components. One is the lens of morality, and the other one will be visual signifiers used by the filmmaker. The first shot of the film, with the records flashing one after the other, ends with a few empty covers flashing one after the other, signifying loss and void. The first event itself in the film shows hesitation between the son and the father. When the father calls the son, he goes and stands beside him, but at a one-hand distance.
Hey, Jordan, check this out. I picked up this record for £1. You were always into music, Dad.
The dad pats his son on the shoulder, and in that gesture and quality of drawing, you feel a power hierarchy. There is a hint of need from approval from a dad who is likely to hold it back, and the dad disappears from the shot, further symbolizing his absence in the son's childhood. The family in the film seems to consist of a divorced or separated parents, with the custody of the child given to the father, since the filmmaker says, "I did not like living with you, Dad," implying that there could have been an option of living with his mother. The distress in his personal life is visible in the father's face as he sits at the dining table and refuses to eat food. The father gets obsessed with music, and the fact that that is the only thing that the son associates positively with their bond is a sign of all the lost scope in the relationship. We later realized that the dad had started to develop a fatal illness. The son used to perform his duties, but he never really understood his dad's pain or the trauma of his marriage. Performing the duties, on the other hand, was a thankless job. The dad is never seen appreciating his son's effort. In fact, he stopped putting efforts in himself too and stopped taking care of himself. The illness starts to take over the remaining best of his dad, and he becomes depressed. This affected the son's teenage years. The hole in the record envelopes is again positioned to highlight his dad's absence. In the next event, the distance between the dad and the son has grown further than the earlier shot. The son is older now. There is a moment where the son takes a step to close this distance, to make a conversation and make an effort, but he is shut down with a slap on his hand. We realize that the son has not gained his father's respect either. He thinks of him as a financial burden. While he has been emotionally unavailable to his son, the dad too has performed his duties of protecting and feeding him. But the son is not grateful for the standard of living his dad has maintained for him, and the son resents him now. He starts drinking to avoid his reality rather than seeking healthier coping mechanisms. The dad gets angrier, but it's only a side effect of his symptoms and medication. The son doesn't display maturity to understand this. In fact, he starts expressing his dissatisfaction to a patient. He is a teenager with grudges who wants to take it out now on his dad. The images of insects and beetles have been used to show the disgust of dealing with someone else's sickness. The next event is the most important scene in the film. The shot with his father using the washroom with the door open is a bold and deliberate choice of action, as it symbolizes a lot of things at once: sickness, loss of personal space, loss of independence, as well as the yellow pop of color arouses a repulsion in the viewer. It is also important since this is the event that triggers redemption. The animated documentary uses a mixed media approach. The lines are rough and boiling, signifying the raw truth of illness. The disappearing backgrounds are a choice for representation of memory, repression, and subjective truth. There are flashes of X-ray in the gig scene, again a symbolism to illness and how it never really leaves you. The records used in the film are from his father's actual collection, which adds a deeply personal layer to the film. Morality is an earthly construct. Passing away of his dad left the son alone to deal with his morality. There is guilt, and the character navigates it through picking the perfect music to play at his dad's funeral. This music is a metaphor for their complicated relationship.
Did you know we would find it in between VLPs in your living room? That record sleeve, you know, for one that had a track list in your handwriting. I never heard such music play at a funeral.